Okay, hello and welcome to the Carpentry and Joinery Open Event webinar. I will shortly be handing over to Sarah Gilliver, who is the Head of Department for Carpentry and Joinery, who will be delivering a short presentation. We will have a live Q&A session at the end of the presentation as well, so please type in any questions you have in the chat box. This webinar will also be recorded and available to view on our website at a later date. So I'd now like to hand over to Sarah Gilliver.
Good morning. My name's Sarah Gilliver and I'm Head of Department for Carpentry and Joinery. As just previously stated, I've got a short presentation that I'm going to go through with you, and then at the end there's the option to ask questions through the live chat. Oaklands College is set across 3 sites. The Carpentry and Joinery course is run at our St Albans campus, which is set within acres of wide countryside, and it has a range of different things such as an award-winning restaurant, an equestrian centre, workshops and a farm, just to name a few. For the carpentry course, we have bench workshops, which you may have caught a glance of just now, as well as a site workshop. They are all fully equipped with industry-related tools. Within carpentry, we offer a range of courses. So we start with the Level 1 carpentry course. We've also got the Level 2 bench carpentry course, which is a direct entry depending on your GCSEs. We've got Level 2 site carpentry and Level 3 site carpentry. My coordinator is Peter Lawrence, and he will be joining us for the Q&A session shortly. So this slide just reiterates what I said last time. So usually learners start at level 1 or entry and then work their way up through the levels. For the level 1 carpentry course, there's no formal entry requirements needed. But as I did say, for the level 2 bench carpentry, there is a direct entry into that. So you would need your 3 GCSEs at grade 3 or D or above. The study programme itself is made up of different elements, which includes the main subject that you have chosen. It will also include Maths and English if you do not have a grade 4, work experience, which I'll detail a little bit more a bit later, independent study, e-learning and personal development skills such as staying safe online. We also have a careers advice and guidance team on site too. All of our courses are full-time courses, so you will need to be engaged in learning 5 days a week. The actual course itself will be delivered over 2.5 to 3 days a week, depending on whether you need to do your maths and English, and then the rest is independent, directed study and also online learning. We use Canvas, which is our virtual learning environment, to deliver our independent and directed study. All of our courses have assignments and coursework, and the majority have online and paper-based tests. We also have the Oaklands College app, which is available to download, so you have access to timetables, etc. All students have a personal tutor and regular meetings with them to discuss progress and performance. We have student advisors on site to provide welfare and support, as well as financial support for those that need it. All students are required to complete work experience, both internally and externally, COVID permitting. Depending on the level that you are studying will determine how many hours of work experience you need to complete. We also have employability mentors on site to support with finding these placements. 95% of our students had a positive destination, and work experience has led to some of our students then going into employment or gaining an apprenticeship. Some of our students go on to set up their own business, and then they take our existing students on work experience. There are 6 steps to starting a course at Oaklands College. The first step is that you need to apply online. Then what happens is our admissions team will review your application. They will then send you an offer via the email that you've provided us. You then receive your grades from school, and then you'll come in and enrol towards the end of August, but we'll be in contact nearer the time with that information. And then you will start your course in early September. Okay, so this leads us now on to our question and answer session. So if you've got the opportunity to go onto the live chat, and then we can go through them. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So the first question we've got is, what do I wear to class for a carpentry and joinery course? Peter, do you want to answer that one?
Good morning. Right, just set my background up. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the most important thing I think is we have to have, obviously, steel toe-cap boots. That's an essential with all the tools we're using. We also like people to have full-length leg wear for the same reason. We don't like people wearing shorts and things like that, and certainly no loose clothing with tassels or anything that get caught in machinery. But in general, you need to be comfortable, obviously, what you're wearing. Workshops can sometimes change temperature, so that's something to bear in mind, but we don't have any real stipulations apart from the safety aspect, which is steel toe-cap boots, and if anybody needs any other PPE, personal protective equipment, then we provide it. It's available for use.
Awesome. Okay, so the next question is, how many days a week will I be in college?
Well, at the moment, most of our courses run for 2.5 days a week, regardless whether you're doing level 1, level 2 or level 3. That will comprise, you've got your theory and your practical. You've also got your, I believe now, Sarah, our timetable sort of ties in sort of half a day for e-learning, doesn't it? Which includes the 2.5 days. So you're looking about 2.5 days in college at the moment, depending, and your timetable may not be 2.5 consecutive days. It's very much on the logistics of how we can fit everybody in with the resources that we've got.
Cool. The next question is, what level can I start at?
Right, that's an interesting one, because we've obviously got the multi-trades, which is the predecessor to taking a full-time carpentry course. If you've done multi-trades, you have the potential of starting at a level 2 bench joinery course, but it's very much dependent on your entry qualifications, on your GCSE grades when you actually enter the college. We have some people that come straight from secondary school, and because of their entry qualifications they've got, we can offer them a level 2 bench joinery course. Otherwise than that, then everybody starts on level 1 carpentry, and then they have the opportunity to do level 2 bench joinery the following year, or continue on to level 2 site carpentry the following year. But we don't, for the full-time courses, we do have to have someone that's actually had an underpinning knowledge at level 1 before they can do level 2 site, because of the amount of the technicality and also the amount of assessments that are required.
Cool. Next question is, what will I learn on a level 1 course?
What you'll learn on a level 1 course is quite simply how to use hand tools, the underpinning skills that we develop where you can use hand tools effectively and efficiently. We do have power tool modules as well, but that's towards the end to ready you for doing either level 2 bench or level 2 site. But it's primarily getting the basic underpinning skills, maintenance skills, operation skills, problem solving on small frames and things before we can obviously let you loose on a bigger frame at level 2. You also will find out about the principles of construction. You'll find out about the health and safety aspects, because health and safety is key to everyone working effectively and safely within the workplace. So we are getting you ready for potentially an MVQ apprenticeship if you're looking for that. And on top of that, obviously, we've got the underpinning knowledge. We have course specific units which are dedicated just to carpentry, so to build the knowledge on carpentry and construction. But then we have also mandatory units within the course which would apply to any vocational subjects you decided to take.
Awesome. Questions come in saying, I'm specifically interested in furniture restoration. Which course would I be taking for this sort of topic?
We don't do a bespoke furniture restoration course. That would be something where I think you'd have to move on to a further qualification after you've done a level 1, or say if you had the appropriate entry requirements, you could start on level 2 bench. But we don't actually offer a bespoke furniture restoration course. That might be something that we could explore if we had enough interest as an evening course. I think that would be more geared towards an adult environment rather than a sort of just a school leaver environment.
Yeah. The next question is, would I be able to go directly into a level 3 course?
As far as I'm aware, the answer would be no, unless you've done a level 1 and a level 2 course somewhere else, which would meet our entry criteria.
Okay. Next question is, what would be the next step after a level 2 bench joinery course?
After level 2 bench joinery, you've really got the opportunity to try and obviously go into industry, because the difference between the level 1 and the level 2, you actually learn, if you're able to come in a level 2 bench joinery and do that course, then you would learn how to set out actually fabricate and produce doors, windows and stairs. So from there you could maybe form your own company or join a company with a good underpinning knowledge of exactly what's required of a bench joiner.
Awesome. So I think that's all of the questions.
Oh, okay.
Sarah, do you want to go on to the last slide real quick? Awesome. Okay, so yeah, that's all the questions we have for now. If you do have any further questions after the webinar's ended, please do get in touch with us via the contact details on our website. We hope you found this webinar helpful, and thank you very much for listening. If you'd like to join another webinar or find out more about other subject areas, please return to our virtual open day page, either using the same link or going via our website. So thank you very much again for listening.